So this video is going to be a little bit different today. Obviously we love showing you guys where we go away and where we stay and everything like that, but there always comes other things with being in the motorhome caravan world, and that's the maintenance side. So we've just come back from a 6-night trip and the weather's not been that great, so of course that brings in the mud into the van. So to keep the van looking as good as I want it and keep it in top shape, I always go through like a maintenance day on the van. So that's today. I'm going to do a clean on the inside of the van, but as I go round the van I just look at other things that need doing. So obviously with any sort of moving vehicle like this, you're going to have things come loose. Nothing obvious, but I like to go either from the front of the van to the back or the back to the front. But today I'm gonna start in the boot, because the boot is now not working for me. Now we got that awning, I need to have that bit of extra space in there, and so it's easy accessible for other items that I use when I'm out and about on a more often basis. So like I say, this is no travel vlog today. This is more about what I get up to after we've been away, and what it's like to actually do the other stuff that comes with the enjoyment of motorhoming. So let's get to it. Okay, so starting on the boot, a couple of things I do bring with me. I always bring my trusted power bank, and the power bank that I've got is the Freary, I think that's how you say it. So this one here, it's a nice big 2000 watt amp hour, and the battery lasts for quite a while. But along with that then comes the trusted Henry Hoover. So I find that the best Hoover to get in and around the motorhome, with the long sort of extension on it. What I'm going to do is sort out the boot. As you can see, the boot is not overly messy really. It's more a fact of organisation, and plus while I'm doing that I'm going to give it a hoover out and make sure everything's good this end of the van. So I'll get cracking with that. So also I carry these handy boxes, and I find them very useful for any drinks or anything like that. This one I actually store the water bottles in, because we don't drink out the tank. That's each and everyone's individual choice. However, clothes, anything like that, it secures it, stops it getting damp. Why it's always good to check. So as you can see, a very small bolt here, or nut. It's a dome nut, and I can't see an obvious place of where that's from. It could be from a piece of equipment that's stored in there, or it could be from the motorhome. So I will keep that to one side and investigate that further. Handy floor wipes. Let that dry off a bit, and then that side is done. So now I've got the boot emptied, it's all cleaned. So I've got this like gym matting. I got it off Amazon. It was a while ago, and it comes in squares. I can't remember what it is, but if you put down floor matting for the garage or something like that, gym matting, then you'll find it. But you know, a lot of people say that it get moisture underneath the mat or anything like that, but so far I've had no issues with that at all. It protects the floor. The only thing you can't do is get to the cleats unless you cut out a space for that, but I don't use the cleats, so I think that's ideal. Yeah, so now it's time to load it the correct way. Then we get inside, see if we've got any problems inside. And by the way, I still have not found where that dome bolt come from. However, I have found a washer. Well, the chances of finding where that come from are very slim. I can't see no obvious places, so hopefully it's nothing to worry about. And yeah, looking in there, I've now made it a lot tidier, a lot cleaner, and just here be the space for the awning. The other side, however, that's where I have access to everything I need. I store the water and a few things in here. Power bank will go there, and etc. So everything I need on daily, a few tools, that's all there. So right, so now I'm in the van then. So you can see the van's not really messy. Right, so it's all cleaned out of stuff we want to take back into the house, but obviously the dust can build up. We've had a rainy 6 days, so we've had pretty much the hatches down, a little bit on the vent side, but yeah, it creates dust. So I like to open up the skylights if I can, just to let some air back into the van. And I'm going to start with the bedroom. I just go round and I make sure things like the TV brackets are still fine, all the light switch connectors are good, the wardrobes and the lockers are locking properly, as well as cleaning the van. So I'm not going to show you me actually cleaning it, and if I come up against any problems, then I will point it out and just go through it with you. There's just a couple of things I will point out still, that we're still waiting on a couple of warranty jobs. Now this plinth came loose, and up here you can see it's bulging out. Obviously it's like a compressed board, ideal for weight, but with that it's not got a lot of strength. I don't think it was meant to have a lot of strength, but with that is getting replaced by Swift. That's been accepted to be replaced. Another thing that is getting done is this sink here. No matter how much I tighten it up underneath, which is quite awkward to get to, it's leaving, you see there, a gap, but that's because it moves. So that's going to get dealt with under warranty. Also the door. Now the issues with the door is it does central lock, and you've got the sensors down the bottom that I pointed out in a video before, but I think it's something maybe with the door hinge. So it central locks, but only if I put it in a certain way, and also this is getting replaced at the top. Apparently it should stay opening when it's a bit windy, but I'm going to quickly show you the door. So if we look down here, I'll tell you what, let me set up the camera better. So if we look down here then at the door and this hinge here, now if I shut it normally, okay, it is flush, but what happens is it's not locking on the pins to get the central lock in. So what I'm doing is if you can see this, I am pushing the door in, comes out, push it in, then shut it, then the door will central lock. So I'm not quite happy with that. Now I don't think there's anything wrong with the hinge, however the design might be slightly at fault, but we'll see on that. That's another warranty job I've got to point out to them. So first things first, let's get that duvet out while it's dry and give it a good shake. second, let's get some polish and get the hoover in there. For anyone that asks, me personally, I just use a multi-surface polish. I've never had dramas with it in other motorhomes or anything like that. I just polish up the surfaces. I also use just your normal window glass cleaner for any glass, and a bit of kitchen roll, and the wipes, bacterial wipes for the floor. So it's never caused me a problem. It's cheap and off the shelf anyway. Our first ever time out in a van or a motorhome, going back a few years. This come from the old motorhome, and I'm still looking for a space to put that, which I may put up there. I've just got to get the command strips to put it on. So I'm not going to show you a bathroom clean as such, but just a couple of things, you know, of why it's important to go through your van, if it's cleaning it or if it's not. So on the shower floor, we're finding these little clips. Now, from what we're working out, is they're from the bottom, but at the top, they're just clips that go into these bits. And they seem to be popping out probably when we're driving, so that's just movement, and they're coming out. So I'm going to look at a way of fixing them in, because it's not the first time, which means just pushing them back in is not good enough. I'm going to have to maybe glue them in or something like that, just to give them a bit more security while we're driving. The other thing is obviously when it's raining you have to pack up. Things outside get wet. Now I like putting the outside carpet in front, and thanks to a subscriber that actually said, why don't we get a bigger carpet? I used it in the awning mainly this time round, and used the smaller one as a doormat, but with that it was wet when we left. So who else out there also doubles up on the shower as like a little wet room. Anything that needs to dry off can go in there until we're back. I don't like putting anything too heavy in there because I don't want to damage the tray itself. However, carpets and stuff like that, they can all go in there, dry off, and then I'll stick them in the boot once they're dry. So I'm going to crack on with the bathroom, get this shower door clips back on, get that carpet if it's dry in the boot, and give this one a clean. The joy, the joy, the joy of having a motorhome. So everything in the bathroom and the bedrooms where it should be, it's all clean and good. Time for the kitchen. Nice, simple job done. Well, now all the inside's done from the cab to the rear, it's only for the cab. So it's a quick polish, quick hoover, and really the inside is all done and good to go. Always surprises me how dusty the cab actually gets, to be honest, but it seems to be the place that collects the most dust. Maybe it's because we don't have the windows open in the front when we're away in it, and we have got the sunroof, so yeah, it's quick, open the doors, get it dusted. So here's a bit warm. That's the cab all finished now. Everything is pretty much as it should be. Still didn't find the little dome nut in the boot and where that belongs, but I couldn't find it nothing off the van, so that's reassuring. And yeah, like I say, with this vlog, it's more to do with everything that he's doing when we come back from the travels, and we'll be getting out there yet again very, very soon. And from me and from Jody, thank you to all the subscribers, old and new, and we will definitely see you on the next one. Bye.